Hi there, it's Becker. I'll get out of the way in just 1 minute and let Tommy get back in your ear and provide the very valuable This Day in Beatles History moment. However, I wanted to set this episode up just a little bit. This message is relevant to whatever episode you're tuning in for, but especially so for our newest, episode 19, Gin My Life, with our friend Tucker. I think for this project, we've found a lot of joy in talking about the Beatles over a couple of drinks with anyone who's willing to join us. However, there's something especially thrilling when we've been doing it with some of our closest friends, and I think this episode is definitely that, if not the definition of it. We delve into Tucker's story a lot in this episode, so I'm not going to belabor that here. I want you to hear it from him. But I will say that Tucker is in the midst of battling ALS, which was a disease we had heard of before with the Ice Bucket Challenge and things like that. But it felt really abstract. It wasn't something you thought about as coming for one of your best friends until it does. And it was in prepping for this episode and editing that the three of us really wanted to figure out what else we could do. We've been afforded this small platform ultimately because of you. You're willing to tune in and share some of your time with us. And we just wanted to figure out something that felt like a good fit, maybe a little bit of a party. So we would like to announce that we are throwing a virtual Beatles trivia live stream, a fundraiser, taking place on Friday, February 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern. All proceeds for that will go directly to ALS One, which is a local organization that Tucker is associated with, and that's focused on research and care for folks with ALS. Some great pod friends of ours have jumped on board that we really appreciate. We have BC the Beatles, who are guesting on our show in a couple of weeks. We have Ken Womack back, who of course has the Everything Fab 4 show. Ethan from Fans on the Run podcast is joining us. And of course, we had to get Sam involved from the Paul or Nothing podcast. He is dialing in with us from the very, very late hour out in the UK. So we really appreciate him for that. I think in general, it's just going to really be a great night of trivia. I mean, all of these folks are fun, and I think we're going to have a great time. Each podcast is taking a round and writing their own questions around their interests. So I'm pretty eager to hear what people are coming up with and what sort of level of Beatles heat that these pods are really looking to throw down. So, yeah. Additionally, we have some great prizes. We reached out to a lot of friends of the show and past guests, and everyone was super generous. We've got signed Beatles books. Dave Wedge is thrown in a book there, who co-authored recent Last Days with John Lennon with James Patterson. John Lyons, who was just on our show, who his new book, Joy and Fear, The Beatles in Chicago. Chris McKittrick, who came on to talk Wilburys. He threw in a copy of his Tom Petty book, Somewhere You Feel Free. We have the Beatles zine in there. Ethan from the Fans on the Run podcast, he dug into his own pocket and donated a brand new copy of McCartney's Flaming Pie. That's the 3LP vinyl edition. Devil's Purse Brewing, of course, makers of the Handline Kolsch, the official beer of Blotto Beatles. They came through with a great prize package, koozies, mugs, hat. D'Addario, they sent us a Beatles guitar strap and some picks. And of course, we're throwing in everything Blotto Beatles that we have, t-shirts, koozies, pins, and stickers. So thanks to everyone for making that happen. I feel like it's going to be a pretty good haul for someone. So also, it is on a Friday night. It's a Blotto event. We encourage all trivia participants to be drink in hand, if done responsibly, and 21 plus, just like our show. We're going to have a magical mystery word, so keep those shots at the ready. We've got music supervisor RB. He's going to be providing some live music during the show. And we also were lucky enough to work with Chris from Bachtails. He's working up a recommended cocktail pairing for the evening. Should have that out there next week if you want to mix that up at home. So please, if you've ever considered supporting our pod, now is the time, and this is how we encourage you to do it. We'd love to share an evening together, raise a glass, and get quizzical. Every cent that we raise is going directly to ALS One, and additionally, us as Blotto Beatles, we will be matching all incoming donations to the best of our ability. So I'm really hoping that people test us there, and that we can really give back here. All the info you need is on our website, www.blottobeatles.com/trivia. We have a suggested donation up there, but we know it's a tough time to be out and asking for money, so anything you can spare is appreciated. We really would love to see you there. That's Friday, February 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Everything you need is on the website. If you can't make it, we'll certainly still happily accept any donations and shout you out later on the pod. All right, that's enough for me. I hope you enjoy the episode. Thank you.
Hey everybody, Tommy here from Blotto BeatALS. There is actually no this day in BeatALS history, very real fact, as Becker alluded to in the upfront for this chaser. This is being released on Thursday, February 25th, 2021, which means that tomorrow night, Friday the 26th at 8 p.m., is the live virtual trivia night that we are holding as a fundraiser for ALS 1. Becker gave you all the information you need talking before I got on the mic here, so I'm not going to belabor the point too much. What I do want to say is that we are absolutely overwhelmed with the amount of support we've gotten so far. The monetary donations have exceeded, I think, our wildest dreams when we put this together, and also just the friends reaching out to offer some tech support, play some music, things like that, and who are just going to join us, and a ton of people we don't know as well. So it's really amazing, and we are just so appreciative. With that in mind, and this kind of being a final rallying call, we went back and listened to some pieces of Tucker's episode that was released last week that we had pulled out. And we found a really special part here. It's a couple minutes where he just talks specifically about ALS 1, which is the nonprofit organization for which we are raising money this week. And he really goes into detail about why that group has been so important to Tucker and to his family. So we wanted to throw that up here and just remind you, please, if you've been thinking about it at all, now is the time. Go to blottobeatles.com/trivia. Throw a couple bucks. We would love to have you join us Friday night. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see you all. Without further ado, here's a couple more minutes from Tucker.
Tuck, can you tell us a little bit about what ALS 1 is and what it's done for you?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. ALS 1 is a local organization here on the South Shore of Mass. And what they do is they fundraise for research and development of new treatments and drugs, and they raise money to give to Compassionate Care ALS, located in Falmouth, Mass. What? And they provide equipment and services for people that are affected by ALS. For me, they've given me a community of people who are fighting the same fight, and provided an outlet for my fundraising. When you get diagnosed with something like this, my first thought was, what can I do? And ALS 1 gave me an outlet to feel like I was actively fighting, actively raising money to beat this disease. So, if anyone wants to learn more, check them out, als1.org. And you can learn their mission and help us beat this disease.